Hey, in today's video, I want to discuss how you can check mortgage rates in 2023, as well as give you some general strategies on home buying, things about how to structure your financing, things that I've seen work in hundreds of transactions to win offers. All right, first and foremost, how do you check rates in 2023? I wanted to show you something very simple. Most lenders don't even showcase their rates online. We do. You want to head over to rate.com/Rick Elmendorf, click on the current rates, and what you can do is plug in your rates based on whatever scenario you have. Let's just say I'm buying a $500,000 house and I'm putting 20% down. I check my credit score. By the way, credit score is one of the things that affect your interest rate massively. So the lower the credit score, the higher the rate. So let's take a look at that. So for a 760 to 779, you're looking at 6.075 with a 1.232 discount points. Now, however, if I go down to a 700, you're gonna see that the rate, not only the rate, but the points go up 6.5% with 1.1. So this is a massive add-on to your interest rate and your points based on your credit score. One thing to note, if you do have your VA benefits, you can do no money down, and make sure you click the advanced options for other things, i.e. if you're buying a rental home, secondary home, single family condo, and military or non-military. So if it's a VA loan, you're gonna wanna select military, and you hit check my rates. Obviously, as you can see, look at the rates. They're so much better on a VA loan. So that is how you check mortgage rates. One thing to mention is that it only is giving you kind of where it feels, the system feels, is the sweet spot. The next thing I want to talk to you about is strategy when buying a house. No matter if you're in a buyer market or a seller's market. Now, we are seeing that last year was an anomaly. We had tremendous seller markets where people were bidding stupid money over the price of the house just to win the offer against 20 other offers. But let's talk about some of these strategies that I'm seeing win offers. Number one, please have your loan approved before going in. This is so important. We have here at Guaranteed Rate something called Power Bid. This is a tremendous product which actually gets your loan fully approved up front so you can compete with cash. I'm gonna be a little bit careful on the appraisal contingencies. If you remove every doubt from the seller, you're gonna have a better chance of winning. These pieces of doubt are the appraisal, it's the financing, and it's the home inspection. So the financing piece is when I just talked about this Power Bid approval. When you get your financing fully approved up front, you can remove that financing contingency. The last thing is a home inspection. With it being more of a buyer's market, I'd say, and definitely last year is seller's market. Sellers were like, what, you want a home inspection? Yeah, forget you. You're taking the home as is. Then it kind of morphed into, well, I'm gonna do a home inspection, but it's just for information purposes only. That's another way to do it. But still, I mean, the seller's still accepting a contract with that contingency. You're gonna have a home inspection report, and then the buyer and the sellers have gotta kind of sweat that out. The way you make that stronger, you get the home inspection done really soon, really early, and that'll save you some money in case there is some major items. That's really helpful to your offer. There's the price of the house that you offer, there is the amount of earnest money you do, and there's the amount of your financing. Let's talk about all these. The price of the offer. When you're trying to figure out what to offer, it's a really good idea to look back through Zillow, kind of look at when it was bought last and if they've done anything to that property. The second thing, so earnest money is the deposit you put with your contract. It's kind of like I'm putting my money where my mouth is. The earnest money is 100% credited to you at closing. It goes towards your down payment. It goes towards your closing costs. And if you're doing a VA loan with no money down, whatever deposit you get gets credited to you at closing. There's a potential that you could get even some or all of your earnest money deposit back. If I'm a seller and I get two contracts and they're the exact same, and I got one dude that gave me a $5,000 earnest money deposit, and I got one dude that gave me a $25,000 earnest money deposit. This guy's a little bit more sure of himself. But I'm taking the guy with the 25 because he has put more money at risk into the transactions. The last thing I want to talk about to make your offer strong is your financing and how you structure your financing. Money matters. Your down payment matters. The more of a down payment you give, it gives the impression that you're a stronger borrower. If you can show on your financing that you've been able to save enough money, that means you're more secure to the lender and that your financing is going to go through better. It's really good strategy to try to put a large down payment down for your offer. It's going to make the seller feel really good that your financing is secure, and that's the perception. A little strategy for VA loans. When you put a down payment down on a VA loan, you then increase the ability for you still being able to finance in the event of a low appraisal. That is one of the biggest fears of a seller, is that the appraisal comes in low. But if you're a VA loan putting 10% down, there's literally a 10% delta that you can still finance. Some notes on the appraisal. Let me just discuss what an appraisal is there for. If an appraisal comes in low, it has a high propensity to torch the entire deal. The sole purpose of the appraisal is to tell the lender how much they can loan the borrower. That's it. It's not saying what the value is. You know what the value of the house is? It's what you paid for it. That's the value of the house. Let's talk about contingencies. Financing contingencies, appraisal contingencies, and home inspection contingencies. I just want to talk about the time frame. The shorter the time frame of these contingencies, the better your offer is going to look. These are pieces that can blow up a transaction. So the shorter of a time frame you put on them, the better your offer is going to look to a seller. If you know that your loan is set up to be able to get the clear to close quickly, and most lenders are getting that very, very fast, the full underwritten approval, put a 7 or a 10-day financing contingency on there. That's really what you need to win the offers. 14 is like a maximum. The second is an appraisal contingency. This is why sellers are scared to death of appraisals. Put a very short time frame on appraisal. Make your lender go out and get a rush appraisal. This is how you win offers. Shorten your financing and shorten your appraisal. And definitely the last one is your home inspection contingencies. Try to do that very, very quick. Like I said at the outset, a lot of my very good real estate agents, they are doing home inspections like super fast, doing all the inspections, whether a home needs well, septic, home inspection, all those inspections are done, boom, right at the outset. So you know if there's any problems, issues, or concerns. The last thing I'm going to recommend to home buyers as a strategy for winning a house is to work with a local lender. The last piece of advice I'm going to give as a home buyer or a real estate agent when you are trying to win a house in 2023 is to use a good lender. The way you can use your lender to help you win a transaction is something I've been doing for many, many years. Having the lender make a phone call at your offer stage. Every real estate agent, when they get an offer, they have to dig and find who the lender is. They look on the pre-approval letter and then they call the lender and hope they can get a hold of them. A lot of times they're calling after hours. A lot of times they're trying to call on the weekends. If you're dealing with a bank or credit union, good luck. You're not getting anybody. Make the lender call the listing agent. The key of it is they're gonna ask 2 questions to the lender. How do they look? And have you verified everything? I hope this was helpful. I hope that you will use my advice on how to make offers and some strategies there. And if you have any questions, please comment. And this is Rick Elmendorf signing off. And I'll see you on the next video.